Greetings, Internet people. Ranting Ramsey here. Welcome to another edition of the Rant Requests, and we are basically finally fulfilling a promise that I made to Ducky Videos to give him my opinion on the World Cup. And so there's kind of a lot to go over. I'm going to try to be quick and concise because I have a few more chores to accomplish before the wife gets home. Anyway, so I guess I'm going to start with, I imagine where he expects me to start, which is the USA's involvement. And what I'm going to basically say is that I'm proud and disappointed all at the same time. We were pretty much predicted to get through to the round of 16 through our group, and we basically did that. But I mean, there was, as we all know, the shoddy officiating. There were a few games that we should have won instead of tied, and things like that in the group stage. Now, I'm not going to sit here and try to claim any bullshit on the Ghana national team for beating us in the round of 16, because really I watched that game and it was a relatively well played game. The officiating was decent. I was a little disappointed with how slowly Ghana was moving during the overtime, dragging their feet and all this good shit, taking forever to get up off the field, all this stuff. But that's nothing no other team in the world would have done, so that's not anything that I'm going to just be like about. I mean, that's how you play the fucking game sometimes. And so, though I'm disappointed about that, I was glad to see them get at least that far. I mean, it was better than bombing out of our group completely. But I said, it seems like the officiating kind of screwed us in places, but we were able to overcome that. And then when it counted, the officiating didn't really seem to try to go after us. Because, in all fairness, it seems like every major team in the competition had moments of completely and totally questionable officiating against them. So I'm not going to sit here and try to whine and complain about they were out to get us, even though that's the way it seemed during the group stages. We managed to go where we were anticipated to go, despite it. So that was encouraging. I'm actually really quite surprised that both Argentina and Brazil are out. That kind of took me by surprise. Though I did expect Germany to do well, I didn't necessarily expect them to win as solidly as they did against Argentina. So that was kind of surprising. And I watched the Spain-Paraguay game, and boy, that was one of the most intense games that I've seen in a while, with the whole penalty kicks at both ends and then the encroachment call and all that shit. That was just... I mean, if I was really truly rooting for either one of those teams, that would have been a hell of a nail-biter. I mean, it was just a great game to watch, even though I don't really care which team wins at this point. I just like to watch entertaining games once my team is out of the tournament. So, but on the general average, I want to say that the officiating really needs work, because there's a lot of times where replay has proven that a call that was made was just really, really bad. And so maybe soccer could use some sort of replay rule. I don't know, because one of the things I really enjoy about the game is the fact that the clock never stops, that the time is always ticking away slowly but surely, and that you only have a finite amount of time to deal with. It's one of the things that bothers me about American sports, is that the clock just stops way too fucking frequently to keep my interest, and then you have to deal with all the damn commercials. I mean, so it's one of the things I enjoy about soccer or football, whatever you want to call it, is that the game flows no matter what. The time is still ticking away, so obviously some sort of replay recall would definitely interrupt that. I don't know how they would handle that to keep the flow of the game, so, even though I think maybe there should be some sort of replay rule, I have no idea how the fuck they would be able to instate that. Maybe, let the coach invoke the replay once per game, and then that automatically adds at least 3 minutes to added time or something. I don't know. But, and the last thing I want to comment on are the horn things, that I'm not even going to try to pronounce the fucking name and make myself look stupid. I probably could, but I don't feel like trying. So, honestly, to me, they don't bother me as much as everyone else, because I can seem to remember hearing some sort of noise in the background of almost every sporting event I've ever watched on TV, maybe aside from like basketball or baseball. It seems like in football games and college football games, there's always some sort of noise going on. And I know at fucking MLS games, at least in the Columbus Crew Stadium, you can buy those little plastic horns, and people have been blowing them from the stands for a long time. So I guess maybe they're just not used to the quantity. But it just kind of turns into white noise for me after a while, and I don't even really realize that they're going on until, you know, I focus on it. So they don't really bother me that much. I can understand as someone who is not used to that level of background noise in something, it could be fairly distracting, but I don't really give a shit. It doesn't bother me. So that's pretty much my roundabout opinions. The officiating's been questionable. The USA should have done better, but I can't say we got screwed in the end because we just didn't play as well as we needed to at the end of that game. So there you pretty much have it, and I'm sorry it took me so long to get to this one, but, you know, real life is a bitch. So there you have it. I'm Ramsey. That's my rant. Peace.
Hey, did you get all that, man?